Imagine this. You're walking down a crowded street. Suddenly, you begin to hear thoughts. Not voices, not whispers, but raw, unfiltered thoughts coming straight from the minds around you. Someone thinks you're weird. Another person is silently panicking about money. Your best friend envies you. And your partner? They're not sure if they still love you. No words are spoken, but the world has become unbearably loud. You can hear everything, every secret, every judgment, every quiet pain. What happens when the privacy of the human mind disappears? Will society collapse, or will we evolve into something greater? Let's explore. Reading minds sounds like science fiction, but science is catching up fast. Technologies like MRI, EEG, and deep neural networks are already decoding brain activity. In 2023, researchers from Japan and the US managed to reconstruct images people saw directly from brain scans. Other studies translated neural signals into entire spoken sentences. Companies like Neuralink and Meta are racing to create brain-computer interfaces that let us communicate without speaking. We're not reading thoughts yet, but we are learning to translate the language of the brain. And with enough data, even inner speech may soon become readable. The idea that your mind is a private space, it might not last much longer. Now imagine this doesn't happen in 10 years. It happens tomorrow. You wake up and suddenly, you hear the thoughts of everyone around you. Not just impressions, not body language, actual thoughts. The mask of society falls apart. You hear that your friend secretly resents you. Your boss thinks you're replaceable. Strangers judge your appearance. A loved one is hiding betrayal. Relationships collapse. The workplace becomes a battlefield. Lies evaporate. Masks melt. We've built our social world on carefully chosen words, partial truths, and silence. Without those, chaos erupts. There's another problem. Your brain isn't built for this. Most people already struggle with their own thoughts. Now imagine absorbing dozens of emotional storms every minute. Anxiety, shame, anger, fear, none of them your own. Just always there. Psychologists call this emotional overload. It breaks down your mental filters. Result? Burnout, confusion, identity collapse. Humans need mental silence, a buffer zone between self and world. Without it, our brains drown. This isn't just information, it's noise, existential, relentless, and deafening. But what if somehow we adapt? What if we learn to live with this storm and even grow from it? Imagine a world where lies are impossible, where pain is visible, where vulnerability becomes normal. You hear a silent cry and respond. You sense loneliness and reach out. You feel love before it's spoken. In such a world, we might become more human, not less. Wars might be harder to start. Jealousy might fade. Compassion might become our default. Because you finally understand everyone is fighting something. And maybe that changes everything. Still, even if we can do this, should we? Your thoughts are your last sanctuary, the final space that's truly yours. Once that's gone, what remains? In a world where minds are open books, privacy dies. Governments could monitor dissent before it's spoken. Companies could sell your fears. Relationships might become sterile. Without secrets, do we still have freedom? Without mystery, do we still have love? Even a perfect truth comes with a cost, and that cost may be higher than we're ready to pay. So what happens next? Do we build tools to block our thoughts, or lean into full exposure? Some futurists believe this is the next phase of evolution, not biological, not technological, but empathic, the merging of minds, a species that thinks as one. No lies, no masks, just shared thought. But others warn of collapse. That too much truth destroys trust, that intimacy needs boundaries, that humans still need silence. Maybe this isn't evolution. Maybe it's just noise. So what would really happen? If you could hear everyone's thoughts, we don't know. It could create the most connected, honest civilization in history, or the loneliest, most chaotic one. It might lead to peace or permanent paranoia. Maybe the most human thing is not what we say, or even what we think. Maybe it's the space between the two, The silence, the mystery, the choice of what to share and what to keep. That's what makes us human. Not what we hear, but what we choose not to hear. What would you do if the voices in your head weren't just yours anymore?